Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our virtual event. We are here at the Jackson Park Gala event, and we're here to demonstrate tonight what a partnership between Strong AV and Murad Auctions can do to put your event in a virtual mode and make some money for your live silent auctions, and how we can switch things back and forth. So today what we're going to do is we are going to show you a demonstration of how your video can show, how we can show your sponsors, how we can sell your live auction items, and we have a couple of different ways to do it. We're going to switch between screens that show me talking and doing the auction and emceeing the event, and we're going to talk with the auction chair. We can even do remote auction chairs can come in and give discussions remotely. These are things that we can do, and we're going to demonstrate that now. So we have a virtual live auction we're going to kind of run through. We're in real time going to show a video. So I'm going to run this like a regular event. So here's kind of how it looks. Welcome. I'm Murad. I'll be your MC and auctioneer tonight, and I want to welcome our auction chair to talk about how this auction is going to run. And first we're going to talk about what the components of the night are. So we've got a video, we have a welcome, we have a live auction, we have a silent auction, we have an ask for cash. These are the items that are for tonight. I'm going to bring in our auction chair, Claire, to talk a little bit more about how we can raise some money tonight for our foundation.
Hi everybody, we're excited to help you take your event to the next level and take it to a virtual level. We have a couple of best practices we want to encourage you all to think about when you're planning your virtual event. The first is that you want to be sure that you have some type of online auction capability. And so if you're running an online auction and you have a silent auction or a super silent auction, you want to go ahead and open that auction a few days early. So if you open it on Wednesday and your virtual event is on Saturday night, that gets people involved. They have time to look at the auction catalog and get involved and start bidding. They can register and be ready to bid and to give a donation during your virtual event. You'll see as we go through our virtual event that we have text to register and a QR code that's going to be available, and so you'll see that as we go. The other is when you're getting ready to start your event, you'll have some time where people can go on and they'll log in, click the link that you're going to send out to them to be able to join your virtual event, and you want to have your sponsor slideshows running before your event starts. So you still want to give your sponsors exposure, and you want to make that available during your event. So go ahead, the same sponsor slideshows you were going to run at your live event, you want to go ahead and play before and intersperse it during the night for your virtual event. If we can connect people in various locations, so you just want to make sure that you work with a really good team to help orchestrate all of that. So we're ready to get started. You want to have somebody from your organization who's on camera who can communicate your message and welcome everyone to your virtual event. So we want to welcome everybody tonight. We're so glad you're here to support our cause and help us raise money for all of our park programs tonight. So with that, we're going to go to our video so you guys can learn more about our event.
We come to Ursuline Academy and begin a new chapter in our very own story. Do something. Get moving. Risk new things. Be confident. Stick with it, and be ready for big surprises.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is how we're going to do it tonight, where you can see exactly what we are going to do. Now it's time to get into a live auction. So tonight's live auction, there are several ways we can do it, but what we're going to do tonight is we are going to show you our live auction items. I'm going to go through them and tell you what they're about, and then you're going to have an opportunity to bid. You should be getting a text, or you've already logged in, and you've got, did we already do the login screen?
No, you didn't do the QR.
All right, so let me show you how you're going to log in tonight. We have a screen here. What you do is you text Murad Races to 243-725, or if your phone will work, you can put it up to the screen with your camera on an iPhone, and it will pick up and go right to the web page. On an Android phone, you can use a QR code reader, it'll do the same. But either way, you can text it and you'll be texted back the link to get in the auction. You register and then you can bid. So you're in and making a difference tonight for our foundation. That's a great way to get started. So that will come back. You've got that information. We will also, the people that are already registered are ready to bid, and they're ready to go right now. So here's what we're going to do. So we're sending everybody a text that already registered to get started. So let me go through the live auction items, which you'll be able to bid as we're speaking, and we'll go through and talk about how it's going. Our first auction item tonight is the Rosewood Baja Mar Bahamas. It's a 3-night stay, 2 guests. It's a great opportunity. Breakfast for 2, airline voucher, $5,000 value. We're going to start tonight at $1,000 online. You go online and click it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through all the auction items and tell what they are, and then you can bid. We'll show you another scenario in a little bit where you can bid real-time live. But for this one, you're going to bid on your phones using the auction software you've already signed up with. So that's your first live auction item. I'm going to go through them really quickly. The next one is the Elton John concert for 4. Here's an opportunity here. This is a priceless value. He's been sold out everywhere. Here's a way to get Elton John. So I'm going to ask you guys to bid on Elton John. The starting bid for Elton John is $2,000, as you see on the screen. So here we go as we go forward. There's Elton John, $2,000 on that one. The next one is, as we're just going to flip through, George, the Ultimate Sports Fan Package. And you can see now bids are starting to come in on some of these trips. Even before I mention them, you'll see the bids. And we can go back and forth through the night to your auction scoreboard to see how you're doing. We can talk about it. We can talk it up. And then at the end of the night, we'll close it at the time you specify. So here we go. That's what's happening. Our third item has been articulated, which is the Ultimate Sports Package. And we have another one we want to talk about. Our ultimate package tonight is the Beaver Creek House, which sleeps 16. It is 6 bedrooms, 8 baths, a $20,000 value. The starting bid was $5,000. I think the bidding's already been going on this since we opened it. As you can see now, that's already at $21,000. So we've got a great thing going here, and it's a great opportunity to get started. So let's do that. Oh, you're fine. And we're going to keep going here. So we've got this. Now, I've articulated the live auction items. Those can go for a specific amount of time. In the case that we're doing now, in a few minutes, I'm going to show you a live auction software where you can get in and bid live, and you'll get a live auction directly with me. So in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to do another type of live auction. But for now, I'm going to talk this up and talk the bids up. Now, once these items have come up, another thing we can do is we'll throw up the Ask for Cash screen, the donation screen, the Fund a Cause screen. And what that's going to do is we're asking for donations. So at our Park Foundation, what we need tonight is we need to build a new playground. We need about $20,000 to build a playground. So I'm going to put up the thermometer, and we're going to start with high-level donations. What I'm asking for is, well, we're already at 90,000. Boy, that's doing great. I'll tell you what we're going to do here. Let's get to 100 tonight. And so what I'm asking people to do is start at a $5,000 donation. This is what we've raised so far. If we can do another 10,000, we'll reach our goal of $100,000 tonight. You can see this. So as the live auction's going, which you can bid on the donations is open. You can also see sponsors. So we have Best Buy listed here as a sponsor. You can see who's bidding. You can see who's given a bid. You can see your auctioneer in the corner here as you're bidding. So at the same time I'm looking at you, you're seeing the donations. I'm looking at my monitor at the same time. I can ask the video switcher from Strong AV to switch things back and forth. So I can go from your video, which is done in real time. I can show your donations in real time. I can show your auctioneer doing a real live auction in real time. We can have your auction chair FaceTime in and from their home and give an address. We can have a pre-recorded video, which we play in real time. So your event takes place on the night it's supposed to, or any night you choose, where people are at their homes and they're bidding, and this is what we can do. But what you need is a lot of equipment, and in a few minutes I'm going to show you what that equipment is that we need to run an event like this, besides your auctioneer and your auction company to run the bids for you and to load your data and to charge everyone's credit cards at the end of the night. We also need several pieces of video equipment. We need a video switcher. We need a live broadcasting software. We also need an opportunity, several computers to switch between all these different AV inputs that we need. We need a camera operator. So we have a lot of things that we're going to put together for you, and this is how we're doing it. And I appreciate you guys being here. Claire, what else do we need to talk about?
So there are a couple other things you want to also think about with your virtual event. One is, do you want to close the silent auction during your virtual event? If you want to do that, I think it's a great idea to do that. And basically, one of your board members or the auctioneer can showcase different items that are selling in the silent auction. You can bring those items up, show people the items on the screen, and encourage them to continue to bid. And then when we get down to where we have 1 or 2 minutes left in the silent auction, we can let everybody know, we can count it down, we can show a countdown timer as well. To let people know how much time is left in the silent auction. So that's a great way for you to be able to get people just to start bidding very intensely in the silent auction. A couple things you want to think about with your silent auction online is how are people going to retrieve their items at the end of the night? Or at the end of the silent auction. So we'll go ahead and charge everyone's credit card the night of the event and email receipts out to them, and those receipts can have instructions on how they're going to retrieve their items. Are they going to come to your office later on? And maybe that's a great opportunity for you to be able to give them a tour of your school or your nonprofit or your religious organization, or are you going to ship the items to them? And if you're going to ship the items to them, then you want to be sure to make them understand, and either in the description of the item or on your receipt, let them know that there'll be shipping charges added, or will you cover those shipping charges? So just a few things to think about, but we can also close the silent auction.
Okay, so let's see how our auction's doing. Thank you, auction chair, for that great note. Now, our auction we're over 100,000. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You've made a huge difference tonight. Melissa Johnson gave the last $10,000, and we're over the top. So that's fabulous. Let's see how our silent auction's doing, because we're going to close that in a couple of minutes, and let's see how we're doing on it. So we're going to have those screens come back up. We're going to see what our silent auction screen looks like. I'll have Claire pull that back up, and then we'll get it. So we're over 100,000 in donations. We thank you for making a difference tonight. You know, we can't do this without your support, and this is how we do it. Our silent proceeds are at 45,000. Can we look at individual items that might need some help? And I can have people give me the numbers of things we need to look at, like let's see how our live auction is doing. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to set a 5-minute timer. We may not show that on the screen, or we could, but we're going to close our auction in 5 minutes. Now this goes whenever you say you want it to close, but I suggest we do a 5-minute timer and say, folks, thanks for coming tonight. We're going to close out our presentation. We have a 5-minute timer, and let's take a look at how we're doing so far. There's the timer. There's 6 minutes and 48 minutes left to close the auction. I ask everybody to get on their phones and bid. You can look and see what has, also check on your phones for items that have no bids. You can see, can we put the no bids up? All right, so I have somebody clicking the no bids. I'm going to switch to the no bid screen when she gets it up.
Oop, everything has bids. Sorry.
Everything has bids. That is the greatest auction ever. Nothing has no bids. Okay, we can see which items need some help. Do you want to just look at
hang on a second.
all right, we'll get another one for you. So these are different screens we can show throughout the night. We can show total raised. We can show total proceeds. We can show silent auction proceeds. Here's how those live auction items I was talking about earlier are doing. The Bahamas is now at 11,000. The Elton John at 5,500. Ultimate Sports at 7,000. And Beaver Creek's over 22,000. But there's still time to bid. As you can see in the top left corner of your screen, we have the timer running. So you'll know when it's going to close. And I thank you guys for coming here tonight. It's been a great night, and we're all able to do it from the comfort of our homes. And we thank you for participating, because we still need the funds. And have a great night. On behalf of Strong AV and Murad Auctions, thank you for being at our event tonight, and we'll see you again with some more informational videos coming soon.